Hi, I'm Brenda Yoho, and welcome to Solution Saturday. So we have a little bit of snow on the ground here where I live. I think other places have a little bit more, and the temperatures have been cold, but not as cold as it is in some places. And children have missed a little bit of school because of the cold temperatures and the snow, but it's still fun when you look outside and you see the beautiful snow. But my husband hates the winter, he hates the snow, but as kids, I know we really enjoyed playing in it and having fun. So it's getting closer and closer to my book launch. So I've been working on signing books, mailing them out, and just the other day, one of the people that I sent the book to took a picture and posted it, and it was so exciting to see that. I messaged right away to Sarah in the Blanchard community and said it was just so thrilling to see it. Made me smile for a very long time, and I'm honored to be part of the Blanchard community and that we're going to do my book in the community. Right now we're working on the Simple Truths of Leadership Playbook is the first book we're going to do in the community with Kim Blanchard and Randy Conley, and I love them both and love the book, love the playbook. If you're a leader, this is definitely a book that you need to have, and it's so delightful. I love every piece of it. So don't forget to get a copy of that. But February the 7th, I love that not only is my book launching that day, but it's also an important day because it is World Read Aloud Day. As a teacher and as a principal, I always celebrated Read Across America, which happens in the spring. Read Aloud Day happens every year, the first Wednesday of February, and that happens to be February 7th this year. So it's the 7th this year, and I think that what we need to do is remind ourselves that reading is so fundamentally important to our children, and also they need to see us reading as adults and as families. We need to have some time to read together. I will say that Read Aloud does more than just teach about reading. It teaches so many more things. I will tell you that part of my story is that my parents did not know how to read or write, or were not educated. My mom knew how to write her name beautifully. My dad knew how to write his name. I'm not going to say it was beautiful because he scratched it out, but my mom really worked on hers. And I think that it was so important to me always to have reading part of my life, because when I went to school, I can remember sitting in the classroom and noticing that everybody else knew the books that were being read, and I didn't, because I didn't have story time at home. And I don't want you to feel sorry for me, because my parents were wonderful. They did so much more different things, but it was still something that was missing for me. And if you don't know how to read, you miss out on a lot of things. And I can tell you that as a child, I noticed so many things about the lack of reading for my parents, and how I would help them with different things. And I remember my mom and dad and I always went to the grocery store together, and it was just a family outing we did every Saturday. And I'm fairly old. There was a time when the country turned over to having things generic, to the point where our grocery store one day, my mom walked in and there was a whole aisle dedicated to the generics. Here's what the problem was. The labels on all this stuff were all white, and it just had the words There were no picture clues to what was on the inside. So imagine for just a moment how that felt. Yeah. So even if you could figure out a little bit about what those things were, bringing them home and then having them all mixed up in your cabinets and trying to sort that, it's impossible if you don't know how to read. It was such a nightmare. I felt horrible at the time as a child, but now looking back as an adult, it's how devastating that was. I will tell you that as a grandmother, I like to do different things for my grandkids and for my daughter and son-in-law. So one year, I like to at Christmas time play games. I like to have a little piece of history of our family every holiday. Christmas is my favorite season. It's my favorite holiday. It's just a wonderful time of the year where you can talk about God and Jesus and the importance of gratitude and being grateful and so much. So one year, I decided I was going to talk to the kids about, that my parents didn't know how to read. So I gave them the gift of books with messages on the inside of some of them and notes and things to do. So they read together as a family a book every day leading up to Christmas. So when you do that and you put the importance of what reading is, you could only hope that they'll catch on to and really have a love for reading. It doesn't always work. My grandkids, I don't know if I can tell you they're not excited about reading. I don't know. I take them to the bookstore. We have a 2-story home, so I have a little landing. It has a little window, so it is padded, and I got pillows on it, and the kids have all their books there. So I made like a reading corner for them. I've done everything you can to try to make reading something that's important for all of them, as well as writing and art. I will tell you art. Now, art, they're 100% about. They all love to draw and art and make things. I'm still working on the rest of it. So I just want to encourage all of you to do the same thing with your family and with your children and help them, especially on February the 7th. Find your favorite childhood book and take it out and begin to read. That's what I think will help with connecting together as a family, helping kids understand about reading and the love for it. And I hope that the solution for this Saturday is helping open up the doors to reading and connecting together with family and understanding that reading together as a family is huge. Thank you. See you next Saturday.